What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. Today we've got Microsoft Bane and Mirana Ganks against Amazon Prime Courier. So Bane and Mirana Ganks representing Microsoft, Prime Courier representing Amazon. And let's hop into the draft. We've got this Ursa ban right off the bat. Ursa, a very good hero right now, so it makes a lot of sense to ban him. Pangali, also another good hero right now. He got nerfed a little bit recently. Mana cost went up on Rolling Thunder, and you can no longer Lucky Shot Silence and Lucky Shot Disarm on the same hit. Also, they decreased the chance from 20% to 17, so that's 1 in 5, 1 in 6 instead of 1 in 5. Pretty big nerfs, but still a strong hero. I've still been having a lot of trouble against Pangali personally.
Dire's ban.
Doom coming out of Bane and Mirana Ganks. Doom is a pretty strong hero right now. Ever since they moved Devour into the HP regen into Devour from Scorched Earth, it's been a lot nicer to play Doom. You don't feel as bad for going Devour and maxing Devour first. I used to feel pretty terrible in lane if you did that. Oracle coming out of Prime Courier. Oracle is a pretty strong hero. Still, even after the big nerfs recently, he was the basically MVP hero of the most recent Dota major. But False Promise got nerfed a lot. His cast range went down, the mana cost went up. Something else changed, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Lifestealer, another good ban. Nice and stable hero right now. Can't go wrong with Lifestealer.
Radiant team are now picking.
Enigma coming out of Prime Courier. Just they think Bane and Mirana Ganks has an Enigma player. Enigma, you can just like pick up and play Enigma, but you won't get the farm rotations as efficiently as possible. You gotta spam that hero a lot to get that.
10 seconds to pick. Dire team are now picking.
Earth Spirit coming out of Bane and Mirana Ganks. Earth Spirit is one of those heroes like Enigma, but even more so, you gotta spam him a lot. You need to really know how to play Earth Spirit to pick Earth Spirit in a competitive format. So, expecting big things out of the Earth Spirit on Ultra Magnus. Shadow Shaman coming out for Prime Courier. Shadow Shaman, very strong hero right now. Pretty uncommon that you have a hero that can close out the game from the support position. Just get that Refresher Shard on the third Roche, go drop double wards, and then just take any objective you want in the game. It's way too strong right now, in my opinion. But we've been seeing Shadow Shaman a lot as a 5 position instead of a 4 position. Personally, I think this is a bit of a mistake. You really want a lot of farm on the Shadow Shaman. To get those items, the Aether Lent, Blink, Refresher, Ags, like each one adds so much more value to the Shadow Shaman as a hero. And Tide Hunter, this is a pretty good lane duo. If the Shadow Shaman is a 4 position, Shadow Shaman, Tide Hunter, if you've got the Tide Hunter to just create a bit of chaos, soak up some damage, but the Shadow Shaman hits people with his maracas.
Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Radiant's ban.
Centaur Warrunner coming out of Bane and Mirana Ganks. Pretty similar hero to Tide Hunter in some sense. He's got a Blink Initiation, nice and beefy, runs at the front, that causes a lot of chaos. Not too popular these days. He feels like he can just die a lot in lane. Not as tanky as the Tide Hunter early on. Most of his tankiness comes from his insane strength growth. Earth Spirit and Centaur both some of the highest strength gained in the game. Banning Juggernaut after picking the Centaur Warrunner, I like this a lot. When you're the first pick, you get in this second position, you get 2 bans immediately afterwards to protect it. Jug does pretty well against Centaur, so I think a really good ban out of Bane and Mirana Ganks. Prime Courier, ban the Rubik. Rubik has a lot of great spells to steal already. All of Shadow Shaman's kit, the Ravage, the Gush, maybe not the Anchor Smash. And THC plays Rubik a lot, and he does really well usually.
10 seconds to pick. Dire's ban.
Monkey King coming out of Bane and Mirana Ganks as well. Another great hero against Centaur, so good ban to give the Centaur a little bit of an easier lane. I just realized he's got like a horseshoe thing tying his armor together.
10 seconds.
A little bit odd. Any horseshoes?
5 seconds. Hurry!
Centaur.
Hurry. Dire team pick.
Lion ban coming out of Prime Courier. I normally prefer putting Lion as a 4 position, but they already have this Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit can't really go into any other position, so doesn't make. It's not the best ban, but teams do run Lion 5. It's the same with Rubik. Rubik also preferably a 4 position, but can be run as 5. Rubik seems more so a 5 than Lion.
5 seconds remain.
Courier probably going to pick their other support at this point. We'll see for sure if Shadow Shaman is going to be the 4 or the 5.
Radiant team pick.
Spirit Breaker comes out, so I think this is going to be a Spirit Breaker 5. There's already the Tide Hunter, so not going to be that offlane Spirit Breaker. And I love this pick. Spirit Breaker is so much fun to play, especially as a 5 position. You're not pressured to farm or get any farm, so you can just spend your entire time running at people, charging at them, just being a general nuisance. A lot of fun to play, and very high tempo hero. So we're going to see a lot of aggression coming out of Prime Courier. Microsoft, they still have another support to pick. They're probably going to pick it here in the next position. They can pick their carry and then use the next ban to protect it. So this slot is usually a support pick. Unless of course you picked your supports in the first 2. But that usually feels pretty bad. I usually don't recommend people to pick supports in the first 2 phases. Because you can use your support in the 3rd position to counter any of the first 2 heroes. And the Venge will come out, so a nice way to get some swaps going, some saves. If you get Shackled, you can just swap people out. If you get Ravaged, Venge is outside the Ravage, you can get swapped out. She's going to have a lot of trouble against this Spirit Breaker though, because there's not much that the Venge can do to defend herself. And Ember Spirit comes out from Prime Courier. I love this pick. This is such a great pick. So Bane and Mirana Ganks are going to have the next 2 picks back to back, and then the final pick will go to Prime Courier. Ember Spirit, he can go in the safe lane or mid lane. So the way that Bane and Mirana Ganks have to draft now is that they need to figure out where the Ember Spirits go, who they want to pick against them. But then the Ember Spirit can just change lanes. So both of these heroes both of the next heroes from Bane and Mirana Ganks need to be able to deal with Ember Spirit. He's also pretty good so far. Vengeful Spirit, the magic missile comes out. You can disjoint it with a Sleight of Fist. You can't disjoint it with a Fire Remnant, but it's still a nice way to dodge it. Huskar comes out. Whoa. Hey, well, I wasn't expecting that. This is actually it seems like a response to the Ember Spirit. You don't normally just pick Huskar. He's a bit of a cheese hero. Just not very good right now. I actually think Huskar does really badly against Ember Spirit. We watched another game recently with that matchup. So what happens is Ember Spirit's Flame Guard, it blocks 80 damage at level 1. Huskar's Burning Spear does 5 damage per second per Burning Spear. So it takes a long time to break that Flame Guard. And Husker, he doesn't have magic resistance anymore. And then at level 2, the Flame Guard goes up to 220 damage absorption. And the Husker only deals 10 damage per Burning Spear now. So it's like just not enough damage. And what ends up happening is the Husker gets wrecked by the Flame Guard. I actually think this is a really bad matchup for the Ember Spirit. It's a bad matchup for the Husker against the Ember Spirit. So, not really the counter pick we were expecting.
Radiance ban.
Timbersaw ban coming out of Prime Courier. This is a little bit odd. So Timber normally played as offlane or mid, more often than not offlane. But they've already got the Centaur War Runner, and they've already got the Husker for mid. Husker, a completely terrible hero in the safe lane. You really need levels on the Husker to start snowballing. The items aren't important on Husker. So, not really the most useful ban from Prime Courier. Anti-Mage comes out from Bane and Mirana Ganks. Little bit odd. Yeah, so this is the kind of hero I wanted to see from Bane and Mirana Ganks. They're lacking a bit in damage right now, at least pushing power. So Dusa solves some of that issue. She can hit towers pretty hard. It's also a nice hero to scale up with Avenge. The Venge's aura scales based on base damage only, so any plus damage doesn't get scaled. Centaur War Runner, mostly plus damage. Husker, mostly ability damage. So they need some hero to synergize with the Vengeful Spirit a little bit better, and Dusa's a great way to do that. And a Razor comes out from Prime Courier. It looks like he's just gonna run at the Husker and the Dusa, just sap their damage. Husker doesn't care as much about being sapped, but Medusa definitely does. Medusa prefers those really long fights where she gets to just pummel into people. Razor can stop all of that by draining all her damage. I really like this Amazon Prime Courier draft. This Ember Spirit was a stroke of genius, and Bane and Mirana Ganks didn't really do much to address it. Dusa does okay against Ember Spirit, but Husker is definitely a losing matchup. I'm on Team Prime Courier on this one, but this Earth Spirit has the potential to just shut everything down. Earth Spirit, a very high skill hero.
10 seconds to pick.
But it's also like very easy to just screw up with Earth Spirit and feed your life away. So there's going to be a lot on the shoulders of Ultra Magnus to make space for the Dusa and the Centaur War Runner. The Centaur especially. Centaur not going to be able to initiate until he gets this blink. So there's a lot of pressure on this Earth Spirit, but this Spirit Breaker can initiate from level 1. He just runs at people. Ember Spirit, Slight Chains, a great way to initiate. The Shadow Shaman with the infinite disables might get a blink dagger later as well. And Tidehunter can counter initiate or initiate with a Ravage. So a lot of options on the side of Amazon Prime Courier, but on Microsoft not so much. And this guy is a Spirit Breaker spammer. Look at all those Dota Plus runes. THC on the Centaur, he's got a few, but everyone else not playing with heroes they're comfortable with apparently. Let's introduce the side of Microsoft Bane and Mirana Ganks. We've got THC on the Centaur War Runner, Salt and Pepper Pork Chops on the Vengeful Spirit, Morris on the Husker, Matthew NZ on the Dusa, and Ultra Magnus on the Earth Spirit. On the side of Amazon Prime, we've got Lieutenant Dan on the Ember Spirit, Cakes on the Razor, who's actually going mid against the Husker. So a little bit odd that they didn't put the Ember Spirit against the Husker, but they probably believe themselves that it's a bad matchup. Honestly, I thought so too, but I watched that game the other day and it was just like, what a complete disaster for Husker. D3 Tro on the Shadow Shaman, Jerky on the Spirit Breaker, and Bearcoat on the Tidehunter. I'm probably not going to see too much action going on here. If there's a Shackles leveled up, then the Earth Spirit can just break it with the... They both have 2 stuns. They both have stuns. So, they have ways to break the Shackles, so not going to be able to find any kills, I think. At bot lane, Spirit Breaker doesn't have Bash, so the Charge of Darkness isn't going to knock back. It's going to be really hard to take the ruined that way. Only 1.2 second stun. Amazon Prime running forward. They're posturing aggressively on both rooms. Does it look like they're gonna scare? Oh, Earth Spirit rolls around the back. He's gonna snatch it from behind. Oh, what a player. It'll be 2 for 2. THC with the applause. Fortunately, not an all chat sound clip. Oscar with a pretty nice block. Racer's gonna have a bit of a disadvantage here. Goes for the static link, but Earth Spirit, he's rolling in. They do see him, and he misses. And this is my bad. This happens when I play Earth Spirit, so I totally understand where it's coming from. We'll see if he can get the next one in 4 seconds from now. Top lane, the Centaur's gonna be by himself, so it's gonna eat some harassment from these two up here. Shadow Shaman does a lot of damage, and Centaur only has 1 armor, so this is gonna hurt. But early point in return, or retaliate, so should be able to reflect some damage. Earth Spirit rotates bot and gets the kill onto the Tidehunter. This Venge with the Wave of Terror level 1 did a great job in amping up the damage. Yes, they got a pretty high bounce Mystic Snake on it. Earth Spirit already won a successful gank. So he's 50% already. See, decides to go for next. Maybe the Razor at me. Alright. Razor is walking forward with a static link. The roll comes out, but it's not going to connect onto anyone. He doesn't even use a boulder, so he doesn't get in range. Razor with a lot of stolen damage, 28, getting a little bit low. Centaur pulling the creeps into the hard camp, so he can get a little bit more experience as well when the neutral creeps die. Luckily, Shadow Shaman's there to intercept. Roll onto the Razor, and they might get this kill this time. The Burning Spears misses. Burning Spears the creep, so he doesn't get the extra hit. Razor's gonna survive here. Charge comes out from the Spirit Breaker. Husker, he's gonna help his teammates. Don't stop hitting creeps. Burning Spears comes out onto the Spirit Breaker. Nice roll forward from the Earth Spirit onto the Spirit Breaker. Kicks him away so he can't kill him in return. And the Spirit Breaker's gonna go down. Great moves by the Earth Spirit. Turned on, but only has 4 stacks, so it's not hitting that hard. Only plus 26. Earth Spirit already playing a little bit. Already doing a good job, but we'll see how effective he's going to be going forward. Last hits this Ember Spirit, top of the charts, doing pretty well. Centaur not too far behind. Mid lane pretty even. 24 damage stolen from the Husker. Gonna eat a few Burning Spears, but the Husker has a still pretty big damage disadvantage. Earth Spirit back in mid. He's gonna go for another roll on the Razor. He misses, gets the kick, but not the stun, so Razor will be okay. There's an Invis rune at top. We'll see if Earth Spirit manages to grab it. It looks like he will. Where's he gonna go with this? Top is still really hard to kill. This Ember Spirit can just turn on Flame Guard. A lot of their damage right now is magic, so Flame Guard is gonna be able to block a lot of it. And again, interesting build coming. This is like the older score build. A lot of people aren't doing this these days. They normally go for the Max Slider Fist first, no points into Flame Guard. We've been seeing this a lot more because there's 160 bonus damage on a 6-second cooldown. There is a lot of magic damage. There's the Husker, there's the Centaur, Earth Spirit, Flame Guard, makes sense. Shackles onto this TPing Centaur. Centaur was gonna help mid, but they were diving mid the whole time. Venge, she finishes her TP. She might go down here. The Razor coming in. Venge does end up going down to the Spirit Breaker. Razor getting really low. Spirit Breaker, he manages to change the aggro of the tower. The Spirit Breaker, is he gonna go down here? There's another roll in 2 seconds. More Burning Spears are coming out, and the roll comes out from the Earth Spirit, manages to connect. They get the Spirit Breaker kill. Nice follow-up by the Earth Spirit. A nice turnaround. He was getting really low. He came back. He rolled onto the Spirit Breaker. managed to kill him. The Spirit Breaker. Oh no, that was earlier. Never mind. 5-minute rinse coming up. Centaur can just stop and grab this one, so not much that the Ember could do there. It'll be 2 for 2, looks like. And Tidehunter just kills the Earth Spirit right in front of him. I guess challenged him for the rune and realized he couldn't win. 2 for 2 bounty runes, so not too bad. Nice, the game is nice and even. Under a 1k gold lead. Gush comes out onto the Venge. The Spirit Breaker charge comes out. Rolling Boulder comes in, but they're gonna get the Venge killed. A nice Mystic Stake onto both of them. Drains a lot of their mana. Tide completely out of mana. Has a Mango though. Spirit Breaker, he's just gone for... Yeah, he just went shopping. Bought out. You spent all his gold before he died, so he didn't lose any. Good stuff. Face Boots coming out onto the Ember Spirit. Wonder what he's going to go for this game. He has a few options. He can go for a drums, which means he's like going to be very aggressive. He really wants to fight mid lane. He raises diving to Husker, but there's no TP rotations left. He only needs one more hit. He's got the vision from the Spirit Breaker, so no fogging possible. Rolling onto the Razor, and the Razor's gonna die. Spirit Breaker is still in the area. There's no more Rolling Boulder, unfortunately. So no chance. The Spirit Breaker's gonna get out. Yeah. The alternative is this Ember. He could go for a Battle Fury, which is more farm oriented, but we also don't see the physical Ember build that often, especially since he didn't max Sleight of Fist first. So the other one we might see is a Maelstrom. He wants to fight a bit earlier, maintain that farming speed as well. And we'll see what he wants to go for. Spirit Breaker, in a sticky situation, ends up going down. It's random, casually feeds. Razor feeling the pressure a little bit as you know there's a bunch of heroes around, but he's still a level up on the Husker. He's actually dominating this Husker pretty bad. There's no tooltip anymore in Berserker's Blood apparently. Chains onto the Centaur, shackles afterwards. There's no point in the Hex, so it's going to be pretty hard to get. Remnant forward, gets the damage. Only put it 1 in Remnant there, and the Sleight of Fist, they'll end up getting the Centaur kill. Slow and embarrassing death. Magic Missile onto the Razor. The Razor stole 73 damage from the Husker though. The Husker life breaks into the Razor, but the Razor still had the stolen damage, so he's just gonna go down. Nice charge to cancel the Rolling Boulder. Venge, is he gonna go down as well? Gets zapped by the Eye of the Storm, but Earth Spirit will make it out with his life by the skin of his teeth. He stays behind for the experience, so good stuff by him. Knowing that there's not much fear left. And a pretty efficient shrine up, 2 heroes. Tide going for a pipe, a lot of magic damage on the side of Microsoft, makes sense. Dusa going for a Yasha, so just gonna get a farming item. Stampede comes out from the Centaur, trying to run away, but gets chained, shackled, bashed, and he's dead. And another kill for Lieutenant Dan. He's doing pretty well. He's gonna go for the drums, so looking to be a lot more aggressive this game. Gonna fight with the rest of his team instead of the split pushing BOT version that we see sometimes. Obviously he picked up the phase boot, so he's already shown that he's more willing to fight now. Alice Shaman, pretty far away from Arcane Boots still. Kind of a struggle sometimes. He has a lot of mana issues if he levels all 3 skills, but no points in the Hex. Charge comes out onto the Vengeful Spirit. Venge, she's not going to see the Spirit Break before she gets there. She's going to get charged and grouped up on. Uses the Shrine. A little bit of a waste since it's going to die anyway. And there's no one coming in to help her.
That ownage is underway.
2k gold lead now for the side of Amazon Prime Courier. Nice charge onto the Husker. Razor still has 168 stolen damage from the Venge, so nice using that opportunity. 2-man Ravage onto the Earth Spirit and the Dusa. The Dusa manages to turn off Scode Gaze in time. 2 heroes get stoned, and Mystic Snake comes out, but she's out of damage. She can't do any more damage here. Still not farmed enough yet. Gush onto the Dusa, forces another TP by the Earth Spirit, but Dusa, she'll be okay. She still has plenty of mana left. Another Mystic Snake comes out, drains another chunk of Tidehunter's mana, and Tidehunter, he's gonna feed. Another solo kill. A solo kill onto the Centaur by the Ember Spirit. So this Centaur having a really rough time. Has a Gloves of Haste. Probably thinking to go Midas, but it's not working out for him. Decides against it. 3 bounty runes going the way of Team Amazon Prime Courier.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked. Dire's middle tower taking
Roll
damage.
forward, misses. Nice Observer Ward to spot the Earth Spirit coming in. And Earth Spirit, he's gonna feed here. He gets chained up, he's getting charged. Shackles comes out from the Shadow Shaman. He's gonna go down. Another kill for the Ember Spirit. He's dominating now. And they're gonna get this tower. Ember's gonna get the last hit pretty easily. There's no creep to contest with.
Radiant's
Good
top
stuff.
tower is fallen.
Gush comes out onto the Vengeful Spirit. She's just gonna get bullied a bit by this Tidehunter. Let's run up, Anchor Smasher, 135 bonus damage. So pretty obnoxious. Wave of Terror comes out, but they can't kill this Tidehunter. If they stun him, he's just gonna crack and shell off the damage. Crack and shell off the stun. They can't hold him down long enough. Almost got the arcade boots on the roster. Ember Spirit thinking about going for a blink after instead of a Maelstrom, so trying to be really aggressive. The blink dagger. I think he should probably just go Maelstrom instead. Try and pump out a bit more damage. Razor obviously has plenty of damage right now. Also went for a drum, so 2 drums on the same team, but these heroes both use drums really well, so I'm not gonna flame too hard here. Nice stampede onto the Earth Spirit, Ember Spirit. Roll on stuns him. Magic Missile. War Stomp. Is Ember Spirit gonna get out of here? He has another Remnant. Remnant's out. There's another Rolling Boulder from the side of Earth Spirit, but Lieutenant Dan dodges the Earth Spirit Rolling Boulder, and there's not much left. There's a Boulder Smash. But can they get it? A long range Boulder Smash misses the Ember Spirit. And the Ember Spirit's gonna make it out. They blew a lot for that. At the meantime, bot lane, they put the Serpent Wards on the tier 1 tower, and they're gonna get it. They were probably gonna get it anyway, so a little bit of waste of Serpent Wards. We saw that 3 heroes were going on the Ember Spirit, so could have done this without the Serpent Wards. But might as well be safe than sorry. And mid lane, another fight breaking out. Ember Spirit back on full health, doesn't block the Rolling Boulder. He tried to Remnant forward to block the Rolling Boulder out from the Earth Spirit. He's gonna die anyway to the next Sleight of Fist.
Mega kill.
Mega kill on the side of the on the Ember Spirit. Charge in from the Spirit Breaker, gets a first hit bash and then into a Nether Strike. So the 17% RNG working the way of Spirit Breaker.
Radiant's middle tower.
Probably would have gotten that kill without the bash anyway, but he was good. Didn't have to go for a follow-up hit. They're gonna take this tower pretty uncontested. They still have Ravage, so there's not much to the side that Microsoft can do. Dusa, when will she get online? She is so far away from feeling relevant in this game.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked. Radiant's middle tower
Earth Spirit, he's been carrying pretty hard so far, but it's time for this Centaur to step up, take the mantle off the Earth Spirit. But he's so poor. He's not gonna get a blink anytime soon. Queued up a pipe, which does make sense. A lot of magic damage coming out from the side of Amazon, the Ember Spirit. See, he went for a Yule's. It seems like he's afraid of the Earth Spirit's silence. It's pretty hard to hit that, to be honest, but I guess it's better safe than sorry, especially if you get magnetized and someone else gets silenced if they're magnetized. It's not your fault that you couldn't dodge the silence. Charge onto the Dusa. Dusa, is she gonna be okay? She throws out a Mystic Stake. It's gonna be a Stampede to save her. She was getting low on mana, forces out the Stone Gaze. So they're gonna be able to take this tower at butt if they want to. Shackles onto the Earth Spirit. They actually want to fight here. 2-man Ravage goes down. Ember Spirit walks forward. They kill the Earth Spirit. But that's gonna be all they get. They can still go for bot. Husker showing himself in the lane, but he's gonna be able to get away. Charge onto the Husker. Nice inner fire to break the charge.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
And then Yules comes out from the Ember Spirit, so he's gonna be really elusive now. He can just throw out the use the Yules to when he throws out the fire remnants and then go safely. There's just so many options with the Yules, and you can't get silenced anymore, which is the main thing. Double damage the bot lane. No bottles on the side of Amazon, so they want to take it. They should try and do something with it. Otherwise, just take it and farm. Tide Hunter walking around in circles. Not sure if Ember's gonna take it. Ember doesn't have a bottle though. Going for a Maelstrom next, so I really like this. Tide Hunter takes the DD. He's gonna use this to farm probably. Fortunately, Anchor Smash doesn't get increased by the double damage. A little bit unfortunate there. Centaur going for a Vanguard instead of a Hood. Changing his mind a little bit, but I think the important thing is he's not getting a Blink Dagger anytime soon. So more initiation is still going to be on the back of Ultra Magnus. They put in a lot of work. His Serpent Wards go down. They have the Catapult as well. And DD on Tide does all the effort. Boulder Smash comes out just to slow them down a little bit. Nice dodge from both Lieutenant Dan and the Tide Hunter. That Spirit looking for the right angle. This Tide, he has no feet. Doesn't have Ravage though. The charge coming out from the Spirit Breaker over the cliff so they can't see him. Stampede forward. They're gonna get the Spirit Breaker kill. Ember Spirit, Shadow Shaman just TPs out. Ember Spirit's running for it. He's got the Yules and the drum, so he moves very fast. They're gonna be able to catch him. He just remnants forward and he'll get away. So only giving up the Spirit Breaker, but they force the Stampede and the Stone Gaze. So this is a great opportunity for them to make moves once the Spirit Breaker is back. Razor going for a BKB. I love this. Like, this is a great game for a BKB. You can just ignore almost all the heroes on the enemy team except for the Stone Gaze. The swap, pretty inconsequential. So, this is a great item pickup. Shadow Shaman, this is what I love to see. Going for an Ags first. He's feeling it. He just wants his wards to be the most efficient wards ever made. Husker and Ember Spirit duking out a bit. Ember just spamming Slide of Fist onto the Husker. But Husker has pretty decent regen thanks to the Berserker's Blood. The Remnant doesn't disjoint the Burning Spear, so something to watch out for. He picks up an Illusion Rune. There's a Shackles onto the Centaur. Swap from the Venge, saves the Centaur. But the Centaur, he's gonna die anyway. The Earth Spirit, he's being charged, and he's gonna go down too. 3 down from the side of Microsoft. Ember Spirit remnanting forward. He's feeling it. He wants to fight some more. He wants to kill everyone on the enemy team. Almost done with his Maelstrom now. Serpent Wars come down again. Doesn't look like they're interested in going for the high ground. And I agree, they're not quite ready for the high ground yet. They don't have, other than the Serpent Wars, they don't have great ways to take the towers. Charge after the Inner Fire. So the nice swap out saves the Husker from going down. A Ravage goes down onto 4 heroes. The Venge dies, the Earth Spirit dies. And they're just gonna walk out. Nice duels to stop the Centaur from being able to chase them during the Stampede. Wow, what a Ravage. 4-man, and he doesn't have a Blink Dagger yet. The Blink Dagger in his mind is so far away. Look at all these items he's queued up before he's even thinking about getting a Blink Dagger. And he managed to get a 4-man Ravage there. Just walked in and did it. Incredible. Yusa, going for a BKB now. I don't really agree with this too much. She just needs more damage right now, and BKB is not going to help her achieve that. Shackles onto the Deucer. The Shadow Shaman does get stunned. Stone Gaze comes out. Hex onto the Centaur. The Spirit Breaker is going to get stoned up with the Stone Gaze. He's going to go down, but the Centaur finally goes down. The Earth Spirit goes down, and the Shackles onto the Husker. The Husker goes down too. Ember remnants forward aggressively. Is he going to use another one? Yes, he will. He's going to get the chains onto the Deucer. Deucer's out of mana, and she's going to go down. A swap from the Venge onto the Deucer. The Deucer still goes down anyway, and the Venge will feed her life, trying to save the Deucer. Ultra kill for Razor. Hot dang. They have Serpent Wars in 20 seconds. But Dusa will still be down by the time Serpent Ward's up, so we'll see how long they decide to stay. That was a great fight coming the way of Amazon Prime Courier. The runes are also up, so there's other objectives to get if they don't want to stay for the mid tower. There's Serpent Wars in 1 second, so they gotta go for it. They drop the Serpent Wars, focus the mid racks. Stampede comes out, life break onto the Shadow Shaman, but he's already dropped Serpent Wars, so he's already done his role in this fight. A Tide Hunter, he's ward trapped. There's no way for him out of the wards. Alright, a charge onto the Vengeful Spirit, but he's just gonna die. There's kind of a theme here. Ember Spirit also trying to go deep and save his Spirit Breaker, but he's gonna go down as well. Life Break onto the Ember Spirit. And these Serpent Wars, they take down the melee racks. Shadow Shaman, the only one focused on objectives, the real MVP of Amazon Prime Courier, goes down at the start of the fight, but takes the melee racks with him. Illusion. Great stuff from the Shadow Shaman. And he trapped the Tide Hunter in the wards. The Tide Hunter who was just stuck there, he couldn't do anything, he just died. That really feels bad. But it's fine. He still has Ravage, so they're ready to fight whenever they want. Full bounty runes going the way of Amazon Prime Courier, so a great place to be in. 20 minutes in, 13,000 gold lead. So very far ahead. His charge comes out onto the Husker. Magic Missile onto the Spirit Breaker. Stone Gaze comes out from the Dusa, and the Razor gets stoned up. But the Shackles onto the Husker. The Husker dies without being able to do anything. And another Shackles. 3-man Ravage onto the back lines. The Dusa goes down to beyond godlike for Razor. And a double kill for the Ember Spirit. And 4 down on the side of Microsoft. This Dusa, she's down for 40 seconds without buyback. Luckily, they have the T2 still for the side of Microsoft, so gonna delay the push a little bit, but the Serpent Wars up again in 13 seconds, so it's gonna be a really easy push. They're just gonna drop the Serpent Wars. It's still level 1 Serpent Wars though, so they don't push that as fast as you would expect. But Microsoft, can they hold here? It's gonna be pretty hard. Husker's back up now. They're gonna drop the Serpent Wards onto the tier 3. And here we go. There's no Ags on the Razor still. He's gonna go for an Assault Cuirass, but who knows if the game will even last that long at this point. Nice 3-man silence from the Earth Spirit. Hex onto the Centaur. Stampede out. They're gonna go for the Tide Hunter. He doesn't have Ravage, but the 2 heroes on the side of Microsoft just melt. So the Ember Spirit and the Razor. Dusa will go down too. That's a full team wipe. And this game is over. GG is called. Yikes, they just exploded there. What happened? Ember Spirit, 3.4k damage. Yikes. Great game from Amazon Prime Courier. Honestly, both teams did have a good showing. This Earth Spirit showed that he's someone to be feared. If you're up against Microsoft, you might want to think about banning Earth Spirit. But unfortunately, he couldn't carry his team hard enough. The Centaur never really got off the ground, and neither did the Dusa. And this Husker got countered so hard by the Razor. Honestly, either matchup would have been fine. I think just the draft was really well executed. This Ember Spirit pick and the 4th pick just completely backed Microsoft into a corner. What a brilliant pick. 22,000 damage coming from the Razor, 18,000 from the Ember Spirit. So, good stuff on both.